Now then people, it's Joe, All Leeds TV, and it is time for your Salford City post-match video. First of all, let me apologise. Obviously, as you all probably will have seen, I'm still in the attic. As I say, I'm still not back in my own house. Yesterday, obviously, the car broke down. I ended up going to the game with Phil A, which I'll touch on a little bit later on. I didn't get back while late. There was work going on in the house this morning, in this house, and therefore I was unable to do my post-match shot. I'm doing it for you now, straight after work. So yeah, sorry for that, first of all. Also, guys, I'm doing the English Free Peach Challenge for Macmillan Cancer Trust. That's on the 19th to the 21st of September. So many of you have supported me already. I've already hit the target that was required. Hopefully we can continue to smash it. Anything will do, £1 a peak, maybe £3, even just £1, or anything up to like £50. Someone gave me £50 who follows the channel, so that's absolutely bonus. Rodney Shields, thank you. There's so many more that have also given me cash as well. I mean, even Robbie Gotts put it out on his socials for me as well, so what an absolute legend he is. So thank you everyone, talking short the lot. Everyone's shown me support, and I will put the link in the description. So if you are feeling frisky, then as I say, hand over your cash. It's in aid of a great cause. And obviously, guys, make sure you smash a like on the video. And yeah, let's get into it. So yesterday, on the way to Salford, set off nice and early so I could beat the traffic on the M62. And what happened? The car broke down. So we managed to get to Firsk, a service station, Firsk, close to York, and obviously couldn't get the game at that point. And my lovely partner said to me, you know what, Joe, if you can get to the game, the recovery truck's on the way, get to the game. So I messaged a few people who I normally go with. Unfortunately, they were past me. You know, I messaged Jack and Tash, who work for the channel. They didn't have enough time to come get me from First, get to Leeds, get on the Hoping bus. So that was a bit of a washout. So then I put it out on Twitter. As you might have seen, I put a picture with 2 tickets. Please help me. A few people obviously tagged Square Ball. Square Ball retweeted it. And then Phil Hay spotted it. Well, as we all know, Phil Hay is now with the Athletic, no longer with the YEP. Couldn't get in the press box, couldn't get a press pass, so wasn't able to get to the game. Then all of a sudden, he drops into my DMs, proper cheeky, slides in the DMs, drops me a message, hi Joe, send me your number. So I send him my number, I then get a phone call. Honestly, I was like a kid at Christmas. This is Phil Hay speaking on the phone. You know, he's the oracle, he's the pinnacle. You know, for Leeds fans, he is the man. Unless he confirms something, he is the man, do you know what I mean? And the fact I got to spend, you know, some time in the car chatting about Leeds, yeah, so I'm officially ITK. There's some things that we shared. It was brilliant stuff. Nothing too in depth. We spoke about many things, but yeah, what an absolute legend. You know what I mean? For him to come, he lives in York. I don't know where, but he lives in York. He drove up to Firsk. We got in the car and we headed off down to the Peninsula Stadium of Salford City. What an experience. Like, if Carlsberg did away days, you know what I mean, it's the perfect away day for a Leeds United fan. Yeah, I mean, Twitter went into overdrive for me. I gained like nearly 150 odd Twitter followers in the space of like 10 minutes just because Phil was coming to pick me up. People following the channel because of it, so every cloud and all that. You know, some of you might have seen on my social media, it was tongue-in-cheek, but I said, look, our lass is fuming, the car's broke down and she's not able to go to the game. But I was buzzing because I got to go with Phil here. Yeah, so what an experience. Obviously, watching the game with him as well, having a chinwag about the game, certain players. Yeah, it was just overall a great experience. And yeah, the man with the blue tick now follows me, you know what I mean? We're officially pals, you know what I mean? Like, if I ever get married and christenings and that, he's on the invite list, you know what I mean? We are that close now. I'm only joking. But yeah, what an experience. But let's get into the game now. I've chewed your ears enough about that. So lineup-wise, I was really, really surprised. 7 changes in total. I was surprised by the strength, you know. I was surprised we didn't have the new keeper. Obviously, we started with Kiko, a back three. I believe we were playing the 3-3-1-3 at times. It also changed, but in the game, it's hard for me to track. Listen, I'm not a tactician. Bielsa keeps us all guessing at times. But yeah, you had White, Berardi and Leith Davis, Shackleton and Alioski, KP, Click, Costa, Eddie Nketiah and Jack Clark. Really, really strong lineup, obviously, even the bench, you know, Bamford, Harrison, Dallas, Robbie Gotts, Mateus Bogas, McCalmont and Maziak. Really, really strong bench. I was really surprised by the strength of it. For me, I thought we were going to see the likes of Gotts, you know, McCalmont starting. I just didn't envisage, you know, the strength in the side. I mean, me and Phil on the way down, name check again, name drop, we're talking about the lineup, and neither of us seen it as strong as this. I mean, I will say that Phil here did say that he thought we would batter them. I thought they'd score and we'd go behind and it'd be like a scrappy 2-1 affair, but, you know, Phil was right as per. So yeah, I mean, for me, it was a bit of a shaky start. I felt KP, although he was absolutely immense, grew into the game, was immense. I thought early doors he was giving away a few poor passes, didn't really seem on it, but obviously that soon changed. I believe he got man of the match and he was absolutely immense. One thing I will say about KP, I mean, listen, he's unreal, but if he could add finishing to his game outside the box, because the amount of times it goes out to the wing, back to KP, and he's got the goal in front of him, and he's had many efforts, and we can see under TC, when he was playing ahead, getting ahead of the strikers, he can get goals. But if he can have a touch of the Clicks about him, touch of the Pablos about him, and start, you know, banging him in from full yards, he will get goals. And for me, if he can add that to his game on a regular basis, he's the complete package, the complete midfielder. I mean, he's already there for me, but you see what I'm getting at. If he can put him in the onion bag on a more regular basis, then I swear to God, that guy in a couple of years, like I say, he's England bound for me. But yeah, like I say, I thought Salford applied themselves really well early doors. I thought the two full-backs were decent. The number 3, I did make a note of his name. I'm just having a look now in my notes. As I say, different setup. Normally I've got it all here in front of me. Unfortunately, I can't do that here. But yeah, I thought they did well. I thought it was the number 3. To be fair, they played some decent balls in the box, did the full-backs, and did put us under pressure early doors. However, a touch of class. We kept saying, you know, in the stand, need to move it quicker, and we did that towards the end. And what a lovely pass by Jamie Shackleton, who I thought was absolutely immense yesterday. I love Shackleton. We always worried that he was injured. Turns out, you know, we have nothing to be worried about. And he plays a lovely ball through to Costa. Costa, you know, absolutely immense. You know, Sky Bet were doing a special on him, 3+ shots on target, 10-1. Snap your hands off at that. It turns out he didn't get any shots on target, but what he did do is provided 2 goals, and that's what you're going to get with Helder Costa. And for me, he must start on Saturday. But lovely ball across for Eddie Nketiah, and Eddie Nketiah scored on his debut. Ian Wright was full of love for him, as you'd expect. And yeah, the best thing for me was the fact that he shushed the Salford fans. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. One thing I will say as well, they had loads of blow-up sheep and kept shouting, sheep, shagger, sheep. And I was thinking, who are they getting at here? I don't understand it. I mean, it's a Welsh thing, right? Sorry for any Welsh followers. It's all banter. But yeah, like, I didn't get it. Apparently, if you're from Yorkshire, you're a sheep shagger. It's first I've heard. But yeah, he just gave a shush to the Salford fans, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. And straight away, he's endeared himself to the Leeds United faithful. Yeah, there was. We'll get onto it a little bit later on, but the thing about Salford that really gets me is this whole fairy tale thing. It's not a fairy tale. They're bankrolled. They're bankrolled by the owner of Valencia and the class of '92. It's not a fairy tale. It's not like a Bournemouth, for example, that Eddie Howar's just took from, boom, all the way up to the Prem. I suppose you could say that's a fairy tale. This isn't. This is Sky Sports FC. We were singing in the Leeds end as well. Leeds 3, Sky Sports 0. Which I thought was absolutely fantastic. I mean, I was getting tweets left, right and centre during the game. Don Goodman was giving us an unfair shake on Sky. You guys that have watched it will probably be able to allude to that. I mean, there was even a fan that ran on the pitch. No security even bothered getting him. He had 2 shots at goal and missed them both. Absolute embarrassment, and we gave him loads of stick. If that's a Leeds fan, they're getting tackled to the ground. pure facts. Probably ejected and probably banned. It is what it is. You know, it doesn't suit their narrative for them to show them on Sky. There you go. But let's move on slightly, you know. Let's get to Berardi's goal. So another assist from Helder Costa. Corner ball, Berardi runs across it, flicks it in. The best moment for that for me was the fact that Berardi just went absolutely wild. He just set off running and running and running and running. A bit of touch of the Pontus when we scored that late goal against Blackburn. He just went running. He was absolutely buzzing. And I thought for me, Berardi had a good game yesterday as well. He played a lovely ball. I think it was Berardi who played the ball through to Click. When it goes through to Click, Eddie and Nketiah's there. And genuinely, I'm in the stands thinking, just play it on to Nketiah. Play it on to Nketiah. Let him get a second. But Click was back amongst the goals like he was at the early parts of the season. Last season, if you look at the Derby goal, for example, it was a similar sort of goal. Bang, pick that out, top corner, and Leeds are winning 3-0. Yeah, I mean, great game, really. You know, Eddie Nketiah, goal on his debut. Helder Costa, first start, 2 assists. Berardi scoring a goal. We all love that. Berardi scores, we're on the pitch. Obviously, Click, lovely finish, and then KP absolutely bossing it. You know, I mean, even Gary Neville, scum, even he praised KP after the game and said he was absolutely unreal. One thing I will say that did frustrate me a little bit. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. The one thing that did frustrate me was the substitutions, and I called this out in my last video. No one's exempt from criticism. Bielsa is God and all that. I'm on that. But I didn't get the subs. I get McAlmont, give him his debut, and I thought McAlmont, when he came on, he was absolutely fantastic, didn't look out of place. Yeah, and a bit of rotation, I'm more than happy to see him in there again. You had players like Gotts and Bogus on the bench. For me, you're 3-0 up with 10-15 minutes to go. Bring them on. Give them the debuts, you know, in competitive games. For me, it was wrong to bring on Bamford and Harrison. And I know a lot of people in the crowd were saying, yeah, Bamford, he gets amongst the goals though, and his confidence up. He did have an opportunity, he missed it. It wasn't a cute angle, but he missed it. For me, in that game, look, Bamford's bread and butter's the league. You know, he's going to start on Saturday, probably. Give him that time, you know what I mean? I think it was just time to give, you know, Bogus and Gotts a go. That's my only complaint, but that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. You guys might disagree. Kiko then, for me, I thought he was very good at times. He made some very, very good saves from in the ground. They look absolute worldies. I was told after by Conor, who watched the game, that maybe they weren't as good as, you know, as you first thought. But there was one late on where it was shot from outside the box, and I thought for me he made a fantastic save. Touch of the Kikos though, there was one. I think it was a corner ball comes over. I don't know if he's gone for the Superman or whatever, but from the other end where we were, it was like we were all looking round as if to say, how's he got to that position from his initial starting position? He basically just jumped through the ball and ended up miles out, and I think it was Berardi ended up clearing it off the line. But yeah, look, you're going to get that from Kiko, but for me, I thought some of his saves were on point, and I thought he had an okay game. And a lot of people will disagree, but I don't mind Kiko. Kiko Casilla. Yeah, I'm just trying to look at my notes now, see if there's anything else that I need to cover. Probably not, guys. I think we've covered it all. I thought, yeah, good run out for the lads. Gutted about the next tie. I was listening to it on the radio on the way back thinking, fingers crossed we get a decent tie. Sunderland went through, so I was hoping for an away game at the Stadium of Light, just for me. But yeah, unfortunately we got Stoke, and then we've got them twice in a week. Absolutely garbage. But it is what it is. But great run out for the lads. Nice to see McAlmont, and like I say, Eddie and Nketiah getting amongst the goals, and KP absolutely bossing it again. Rolls Royce of a midfielder, much like Ben White. And I forgot to touch on that. Ben White did really, really well yesterday, as per. Even up in the air at times, up against, you know, a big squad. You know, Rooney came on later on for them, and I think it was who was it who started initially? That's going to do my head in as well, because his dad used to play for Leeds. I forgot. And I'm not going to sit here trying to remember because you try to watch a YouTube video. But yeah, guys, honestly, so thank you for watching. Thank you for being patient. Sorry about the surroundings. It will get sorted. We will get sorted. The car will get sorted. Everything will get sorted. And if you can, please donate for Macmillan Cancer Trust. I'm doing the Free Peaks Challenge, the English Free Peaks in September. I'd be very, very happy if you could please donate to that great charity. I think we've all been touched by cancer at some point, and you know, every penny counts. £1 a peak, even £1 a peak. But yeah, smash a like on the video, and like, share, subscribe, and like I say, remember, Wainman is ITK, because me and Phil are like that. Peace now. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.